there's a loud screaming in the country and all around the world. You know, I want to know which side are you on? Tappa in or Tappa out?
Why do always have to be in or out?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kidding.
Take it all about.
Why do have to be like, yeah, get Trishana ultimatum? No, but for me at the moment,
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Yes, Mr. Trishana, we're in the qualification year of the World Cup, and the Reggae Boyz are about to face 3 countries, USA, Canada, and Honduras. What do you think, and how you see us progressing so far?
I think that, yeah. All right. Let me. I think how we finished off September was a high, and I'm hoping that that how we played against Costa Rica was an indication how we can go forward. I was mightily disappointed and upset how we did against Panama as an office. But again, by the time we get to this segment of the interview, I'm sure people understand me by now. I'm not dwell upon we're gone bad, because you have to go forward, because there's things to be done. So I think that like I said, based on how we play, I think we are in a much better position, along with how we did in the Gold Cup, to can put together a better kind of a consistent starting 11. And that's up to the coach of which starting 11 he wants. So people often said, which is my starting 11? I don't have any. I just allow Tappa to do his thing. What I can say is to make sure that Tariq McGee is in the team. That is who, when I am writing a team and I leave all spaces blank, there's always 2 names on my, well, 3 names on my paper at all times. And those 3 names on the paper at all times, with others to be filled. I mean, I care who Tappa will use, or anybody for that matter. Andre Blake, Damian Lowe, and Tariq McGee, and in their rightful positions. I'm good. So with that said, I think that, but I trust in the talent that we have, and the coach is getting it right in terms of the setup, making the substitutions at the right time as well, and the right substitutions are just as important.
So back we're still dealing with the Reggae Boyz. There's a loud screaming in the country and all around the world. You know, I want to know which side are you on? Tappa in or Tappa out?
Why do always have to be in or out?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Take it all about.
Why do have to be like, yeah, get Trishana ultimatum? No, but for me at the moment, I believe that he stays for more reasons than one. Whoever use, where the money ever come from for pay? I don't know. Anyway, that said, I believe that I believe in giving a coach or a manager all that he has asked for. And when you do so without leaving anything off, based on his list, I mean, of course, they can't fulfill it by 100%. But if you are giving him 70% or 80% of what he's requesting, whether it be players or whatever it is, and he doesn't get the job done, you can get rid of the coach. And that's for any team. Yeah, that's for any team. I don't believe that you can give me 40% of what me ask for and expect the same job at 100%. You're falling short in your aspect for me to deliver on my hand. Along with, I'm not, binded by the Jamaica Football Federation. So based on what Jerome Waite said to me in that interview, allegedly, let me use that so I don't get sued. there is alleged interference from the side of the Jamaica Football Federation in terms of selection of the starting 11, allegedly, right? Now, if that's the case, that too needs to stop, because if you want to fire the man, it must be a case where you cannot be interfering and firing him based on what he's selecting, based on your interjection. So, be a baga, 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 baga. We don't need that. So I think that, but I think most countries have that, where there's some form of interference. There's no straight, we are not unique to that situation. However, like I said, for me, at the moment, even though things are not going how we would have wanted, I just don't think it's the time to get rid of him yet.
Okay.
And it's
All right.
not the operative word.
Yet.
Yet, yeah.
So,
Not because he's not doing a great job, but I don't think he's doing a completely horrible job, because we have had some results where we have had some matches, let me say that we should have won. And I really, I don't think that's a coach. A lot of those errors made were from Tappa's end. I feel like some of them players, they but already should have converted.
Fisher.
Oh boy. All right, so let's wait until after. Yeah, let's wait until the end of October. We'll call you back for another interview and then hear your perspective. Yeah.
That's our problem.
All right. So the JFF at this current time is struggling to get sponsorship for the World Cup qualification.
Yeah.
Even from corporate era. What do you think? Give us your opinion. Why is this so?
My opinion on this?
Yeah.
You know, when you answer the question, I have to saddle up myself, you know.
Yeah.
Radio.
Opinion. Yeah, you say opinion.
Yeah, you know, I'm not forget opinion of the car, I'm kidding. But no, my opinion is that it's disappointing. Let me say that. So let me say it's disappointing. And I think companies, whenever they're looking to be a sponsor, they're looking to see how they can win. And I respect that as well, because it's a business that they are running. So it's not just wanting to pump money into Jamaica Football Federation and the Reggae Boyz, but they have to be benefiting some way, somehow. So for me, I understand that aspect of it. The disappointment for me is that in 2021, a lot of corporate companies in Jamaica still only ride the wave for winners versus taking a chance and being supportive of sports. So I think that, you know, with the Reggae Boyz not being consistent winners, it's not very attractive to a lot of the corporate companies. Along with Jamaica Football Federation, they headed by Michael Ricketts. It's just a plain truth. It's sad truth that also he's not very, him and his team, not very attractive as well to corporate companies, because it goes hand in hand. I think based on the caliber players that we have in this team, had it been, for example, may his soul rest in peace, Captain Horace Burrell, I don't think we would have been having struggles to have sponsorship for more reasons than one. He's a different kind of man. But I think that would have helped. Because it's not a bad team. Like I said, put aside the inconsistent results that they have had. These players are some pretty decent ballers we have. Pretty decent footballers we have. And they're capable of getting the job done. I think if we put everything together. But like I said, for me, the disappointment is the team not having a sponsor, because I understand what corporate Jamaica goes for, or how they look to benefit as well, which is very much okay, because it's a business that they're running. For me, like I said, the biggest disappointment is in 2021, teams, athletes continue to get corporate support if they're not winning. And when you look at Norwich, when you look at Brentford, you know, teams who, Watford, and we can go on and on with teams in the Premier League at the bottom of the table, teams out of the Premier League, teams struggling, some little league, and their stands are full, they have support. Even if it's not as big as a Liverpool or Manchester City, Arsenal, so on and so forth, they have the support. And we keep saying we love sports in Jamaica, and that's a lie. We don't love sports, we like winners. If you love sports, you support, even when you are not doing well. And I think that's in 2021, we're still lacking that.
Okay, nice. All right, I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit. Thoughts on Tokyo Olympics, your best and worst moments.
Best and worst moment. Best moment, the 1-2-3 by the Jamaican women. And the times are just as fantastic. Elaine Thompson era, second fastest woman getting that Olympic record is just brilliant. So that 1-2-3 finish reminded me of when Shelley, Sharon Simpson, and Karen Stewart had that back in 2009 or 2008, whichever of those years. So for me, that was tremendous. And even when our men did it, you're saying Bolt, Johan Blake, and also Warren Weir in the 200 meters. So it goes to show, say, we're a 1-2-3 specialists.
Nice,
Hi guys.
Nice.
So that was the highlight for me. The worst moment you said?
Yes.
Worst moment. The worst moment was not having. I think I have two. I thought that the men could have done better in the 4x400 meters relay. And Jahil Hyde when he fell in the semifinals. Right. And he would have gone on to that final, and I believe he would have gotten a personal best. So I don't think it was worse, but it was a disappointment. But in the sense of worse, why you had to fall this season, he was really right there. Some of the nerves that about work. All right, you can decide if it's worst moment. The men's sprint relay team not making the final.
Yes.
Did they make the final?
Yeah,
never make the final.
Nah.
Yeah. I think that's the disappointment for me.
Okay. All right. Beautiful.
Yeah. Let me stress out more everything with it. Yeah, I'm like that. We get stressed once they're not good. I'm not like the Jamaicans way, like bash them, as you know. Me just more one ball and stress out. Not like real tears and about it. You work so hard, like put it together. But for me, I think that's what it was. Jahil Hyde, he would have been right up there in that final for personal best time. I didn't have him to get a medal, but I had him in the final. And I would have, so I could have been like Jahil Hyde, Olympic finalist in the men 400 meter hurdles and a personal best time, I was looking forward to that for him.
Unlucky.
But really unfortunate. But that's what happened when they get newfound speed and all of that. So 2022 should be a better year for him though.
Okay, good. We're looking forward towards that. All right. Yeah. In your opinion, Jamaican athlete of the year, if you're the one supposed to pick that.
Jamaican athletes of the year?
Of the year. Yeah, now.
Bam! So the women run things.
Definitely.
In my opinion, the women run things. Right? So before the Olympic Games, for example, I said the women are the Olympics 2020, 2021, whichever. So athletes of the year for me, athletes of the year, in my opinion, Khadija Bonishaw.
I thought it was Bam.
Era. Yeah? Oh, you want me to do that? I can do that, man.
No, I thought.
Bam!
Bonnie at number one. Number one?
Number one? No, number one for me would be Elaine. Her body of work this season, those times, they're not fluke of a time. Like for her to be coming off that Achilles injury, like so Elaine, Khadija Bonishaw is second for me. Like the season she had, the hat-trick she already scored for Manchester City, your team T-Got or whatever. But no, athletes of the year. Is there a man?
Nana, I don't know.
Cricket. It's so hard to choose though. Because I mean I like Nana. I think he's so good. He's commanding. He's a leader. But I don't know. I like Shamar. If I'm going to choose like a male footballer, I excel Nana or Andre Blake. But me to go with Shamar Nicholson.
Goal scorer.
All right.
So far. Yep.
But it's so hard. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like a spoiled picnic, like, why have to make me choose? But for me, because why it's so difficult, I don't normally allow people to put me in these positions in interviews, like, who is, because why that is, I know the work a lot of the athletes put in, and it's so hard for any, just the same as I don't like awards. because I think that is a matter of opinion, but it's so hard to, because I think everybody work well in their different field and work hard. So like I said, I like Nana, I big up Andre Blake. He's like a real leader and he's good. But I like Shamar Nicholson. As the male. But Elaine and Bonnie, you can't X out the man then. And just Elaine and Bonnie right through.
Nice. All right, you say you don't like choices, but we still have some more choices for you. Shelly and Fraser Price or Elaine Thompson era?
Oh, what?
We think.
Just pick one.
Just pick one.
No hesitation.
On what basis?
Just pick.
You that's on you. On what basis? Between Shelly and Fraser Price or Elaine Thompson era?
Somebody just choose people on no basis, sir?
No, but you have your basis. A while ago you picked the
Which one do you prefer?
athlete of the year.
Which one do you prefer?
Which one I prefer?
Yeah. I never want to say that.
Both.
Right. Yeah, I never want to say prefer.
I like them both. Okay, so between Shelly and Elaine, I like them both. Elaine has grown into her own and you can see more of her as a person. She's amazing. Shelly is just Shelly or Elaine. People, listen what they matter to me. Shelly or Elaine. I don't like having to choose. And I have to choose, you say? I can't go with both.
Yeah, no pass. No passing. No passing.
Yeah, it's for no. Yeah, you can choose. I don't want to put in that.
All right. So if I'm going to choose somebody just overall, based on having a child, she won 2019 after having a child. She said you will see the most epic comeback in track and field. She did that. So for me, she coming back at 34, running 10.63. You don't make this stuff up, so barely tipping the scale to SFP. Yeah. Cause like I said, when you put everything together, but I like them both in their athletic prowess. But since I'm forced to choose, I'm going to go with Shelly, like I said, on the basis of at 34 years old, she'll be 35, December 27, running 10.63. She's a mother. She had that toe injury as well. So many things, to where she's at. She could have walked away and said, boy, I've had enough. I've had my fair share of success. But she's still going and telling people like, you can do this. I mean, nobody define it based on age or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, good. All right, this is more easier now.
Okay.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, Messi. I like CR7 though, but Messi.
Okay. All right. NFL or cricket?
Jesus! So when did it stay over here, sir?
Man, down the middle.
I saw did it stay? How much I will have left on the Zoom? I hope it run out.
No.
NFL or cricket? Jesus Christ! NFL or cricket? Oh my God! Cricket. NFL. I don't know. So you see Chris a player? You see Chris Gale a player?
Yeah.
Cricket, but I'm not cricket now because I grew up with, of course, all of us, we never have a choice. So I watch Lara and Ambrose and stuff.
Yeah, man, I saw one.
Yes, Jimmy Adams.
But yeah, exactly. NFL or cricket, NFL. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna tell you, so during this interview, now I'm going stuff every minute at the TV watching Tampa Buccaneers and New England Patriots. But I saw when I did stay. Oh my God, what NFL? NFL just by a small margin.
All right. Track or field or football?
Football. I love track and field, but football.
JFF or the J3A?
JFF, man.
If it's JFF. Wow.
Listen, JFF.
Hold on. As in, what I like or who are the worst? Which one?
Well. Depends. It depends.
This needs some basis and context.
All right. This is a two-part. Who's in the better and who's in the worst? Yeah, JFF
J3s will come across. J3s will come across as if they're doing an amazing job because track and field is still an individual sport. So the clubs and the athletes are kind of overshadowing, overshadow a lot of the not doings from the J3s. So worse, yeah, man, a JFF man. Them are lead by a mile.
All right.
By a mile.
Okay.
And it's disappointing. When football now going in our country, you know, it's worse than politics, you know? In my opinion. It's like our federation, can you believe it? But anyway. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. What
so is there?
Yes.
You never know Trishana?
I never know if I do my that. I've watched a couple of your things, but
interviews.
I thought that would have been I thought that would have been an exception, but continue.
Nah. All right. So what is the highlight of your career so far?
The highlight of my career. All right, so I'm going to double part it and on the choose. But for me, the highlight for many people would think it's winning the award. So but for me it's the knowledge that I have now in 2021 versus the knowledge I had back then when I started. The love and understanding and greater appreciation I have for overall sports it's really has been the highlight. And each time I do talking sports, for example, on Thursdays and getting the opportunity, and when I used to host the Girls Sports Club with Karen Madden, and listening to the stories of the different administrations and the athletes versus even, well, adding that to know, I think it has been the highlight for me in terms of just understanding everything. I know it was not always easy, but I think getting the opportunity to like interview them and hearing, I think that for me has been massive. Along with, like I said, I forgot with winning Sports Journalist of the Year. I mean, the awards are there for a reason. Alumni like awards, but I'm happy to know that as a woman in the industry, Karen Madden and I, we have done a good job enough for judges and others to say, yeah, man, the work worthy of being awarded. And, you know, whenever people talk about sports, they're no longer just saying like the men said this, but you guys as well, or, you know, Trishana or whatever said that, or they can call upon me like you guys have done for my opinion and stuff.
Okay, good. So, where do you see yourself 5 years time from now?
5 years time, how much? 5 years time, I hope that within 5 years time, I should be, in my opinion, what I want to do. For many people, they would, you know, it's really having to do maybe with solely their career. I should have at least gone to watch Liverpool play at least 3 times within the next, by the time, wait, so next 5 years? By next 5 years time?
Yeah.
What he got?
Liverpool?
Yeah, I want to either interview LeBron James or I want to interview LeBron James, whether when he retire or before, and I also want to watch him play. So I'm really planning that because I'm honestly not sure if I will see him past this season. He maybe will, but yeah, so next 5 years, yeah, so that's really what I want. I should, like I said, watch at least 2 Liverpool matches at Anfield. LeBron James, either doing an interview with LeBron James, that would mean the world to me. I think it will maybe be like my worst interview. I'm gonna be like a complete fan, like,
That's true.
yeah, I would be. Yeah, and I don't know what else. Like, what else I want to achieve? I'm one to allow God to lead and I follow. I've done that and it has landed me beyond my wildest expectations. Nice. And if that takes me outside of Jamaica to do sports, remain in Jamaica and do sports at whatever level I will humbly serve in whatever capacity. Because like I said, you know, with sports, you just never know what can unfold. Did I ever think that I would have been a sports anchor? No, but hey, got redundant and bam, you know, became a sports anchor on TVN. I never thought of hosting football GPS, not once. I love the show, but never thought of it. Here I am, months in, you know, since May. Now they asked me to stay on a little longer.
Nice.
Hosting football GPS. Some people love it, some don't. I cannot be caught up with either. I just make sure that I do a good job. And so these are things that I never thought I would be doing, but I'm doing them. And I take those with great pride. And I always work on being better. You see, because I work on being better and bettering my craft, you have to work on bettering your craft, you know. You can't just go as far, you know, better the craft, you know.
Sure.
You have to make sure that you are aligned for what is to come. And oftentimes you find people in their different spaces, they want to be great at something, but they're not bettering themselves at the craft. So I read, I watch back videos. I even watch Liverpool, Barcelona over and over. But you know, I don't always maybe get a pronunciation correct with a player name. Because you know the names can be tricky. You know, so I work on bettering that. Because you know, I'm supposed to have an opportunity come from a call one cricket match. I do want hosting for some cricket something. And me go say Virat Kohli name wrong, or you know, Sancho name wrong, or whatever it is. So for me, I believe that I align myself by bettering my craft. And I think that will land me anywhere, whether 5 years or 10 years time.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So one more question from me. What is the hardest?
Oh.
What is the hardest part of your journey so far, and what did you do to overcome it?
Overcome?
Yeah.
Hardest part of this journey?
Yes.
I think the if we're being honest, and I can be honest with you guys, since you invite me and I don't expect me to tell a lie.
Sure.
The hardest part is, well, the hardest part initially, I'm much more accepting now, was that women of my color, you are still second choice, no matter how good you are. And I think initially I wanted this job. And I was like, everybody was like, yeah, man, you should really get the job. You are perfect for the job. And then I look at Birdie pinch me and say, you're perfect for the job, but you won't get the job because of your skin color. And you're not appealing to their masses and so on, you know? So initially I was like, damn. But at that moment, I quickly realized that, you know, whether it be color or the texture of your hair, you will be best or second in some people's book, and you have to be okay with that. I cannot be caught up with that decision. But I think really hit me then, and even now in 2021, you'd be surprised. There's still many situations like that. But I think how I deal with that, I work hard. And like I said, I don't work hard to compete. I always want to be better. I track and field me individual sports. I mean, I think one of teammates. So I compete with me being a better version of myself. And because of that, like I said, I judge myself hard. So there are times when I'll finish doing something and my producers or, you know, my friends will be like, oh, good job. Them time they're inside, me I said, Trishana, I want that. I want a foolishness, you know? So I think, like I said, for me, it's just how I deal with when the person pinch me and say, because of your skin color and them stuff there, I was like, damn, like I said, damn. But for me, it propelled me to keep working hard, because guess what? You're always having to prove yourself to people that you don't even know, so you have to prove yourself to, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, it's more proving to me that what Trishana, you're capable of. Stick-to-itiveness is important, and I learned that, and I told myself 2013 that you love sports, you're in this, and you're going to get it right. And I've had my misses every now and then, But I like to applaud myself for the times that I do get it right. And I want other women, other girls in whether university looking to become sports journalists can say, oh, Trishana got it right. Karen got it right. Shuana Ebanks got it right. Denise Walters got it right. Before us, Delia Harris got it correct. So for me, that's all it is. It's all about Trishana. I'm not compete with nobody. I'm ask enough questions. I asked a lot of questions. So that was one of the way, like I overkill. Like I ask questions like, how am I to do this? But I want to know why I'm to do it first, And then I say, how am I to do this? Why am I to do it? And then, I make the adjustments as I go along.
Okay.
All right.
Well on there, Eddie. Shana, you said something. You're saying something in the interview, and I've been listening to you for quite a while. We've been here rapping. And you're saying you make mention of it more than once. You said because of your skin color. And
I'm not gonna bleach,
Well, Anna, you're there Jamaica, but they're in the state. And Jamaica you're talking about, where everybody have the same skin color.
Yeah. And people in the region as well.
No, this is quite shocking.
I think that there are jobs that I think that
that's what I'm saying.
Had I been a woman of a different color.
Right. But there's no other color down there. There's no other color.
No, in terms of in terms of brown and stuff like
remember,
that.
even some of the banks, they want the browning and the pretty hair.
No, that was
it's still happening. It's still happening.
That was back then. I remember growing up. That was back then.
But you're still, but you're still given the opportunity, But is a case where because people don't want a backlash, then so to speak, you get a boss then. You know what I mean? But if they had their real choice, I maybe would not have been their first choice. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You some of my male colleagues pull me aside and we say, say if you did lighter in a complexion or whatever it is, because of the knowledge you have regarding football itself, NFL, NBA, you can reason those things around the table of any man. You watch them religiously over and over. I watch a game, I'm going to go back and watch it once it's a show. They said, had you been a woman of color, you would have maybe been, more advanced, whether in Jamaica or considered for things or working at the highest levels. And maybe so. Like I said, I don't know. I think about that. But I'm just saying it exists. That's all I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite strange. Go ahead, Eddie.
Trishana, final question. What advice do you have for young people who want to enter sports journalism?
My advice, and that's to men and women, girls and boys who have interest, it's how do I have to try to curate our settings, because according to Jordan, then a while. One, like I said, never think that you're competing. That's one. Secondly, to do sports journalism. If you're talking about journalism, sports journalism in Jamaica, you have to be committed. And that commitment cannot be because of money. Because if it's money, you won't want to do it. We are not as fortunate as overseas. So when you go on the internet, you can find immediate information about a player or an athlete, just like that, especially enough information that you need. So if you're driven for the love of sports and sports journalism, go to the track meets, go to the matches. And that's whether football or netball matches or hockey, whatever it is that you're passionate about, because we all have our different love in sporting disciplines. Spend the time on your craft. Like I said, in 2013, I told myself that you're going to stick to this and you're going to do what is necessary. And that wasn't because of money, because I never made no money. But I love it so much that more while I need to go on match, I'm a daily. I go to training sessions and sit and watch. I don't go with camera, I sit and watch. Because I love it, but I know that it will help me to become better. my understanding, because sometimes training is so different than what you actually see from the athletes or a team whenever they go into competition. So that would be my advice. Make sure that it's something that you love. You see, if you love it, you're going to go above and beyond, and it's not because of money. It's not because you want to be on TV or be on the radio. I don't want none of that. Which I could have talked about sports and nobody not see me, but then maybe I hear me. We should do an interview, like not even in the video, but yeah, see the athlete or the person that I'm doing the interview with. It's not about money for me, because like I said, maybe because I did sports, there's something about athletes that are unique. I can't explain it to you, unless you're like a former athlete or you did sports, you understand. So for me, whenever, people talk about sports journalism or sports journalists or being a part of sports circle, make sure that you love it. It helps to pull out and think of what are the questions to ask, or, it's wholesome. It goes together. So you have to spend time on it. That's the advice I would give. Spend time on it, but not because of the money, but because it's something that you want to do.
So Trishana, where can the people find you on social media?
Oh Lord. So on social media, like I said, I keep things simple. I keep things very simple. Enough complicated things out there.
Yeah.
So they just have to find me. They can find me on Instagram at the Trishana. The as in TheTrishana. It's important that y'all spell my name right.
We're going to put it. We're going to add it right here. We're going to add it right here.
Yes, there's no W, there's no U. And it's the same thing on Twitter. Yeah, so that's on Instagram and Twitter. My Facebook, Selena McGowan, CELENA. If people still use Facebook, but sometimes sometimes I go over there and I see a lot of friend requests, so just in case. But once they're seeing me, they can find me on Instagram and Twitter, because I know that's more used these days. So the Trishana, it's easy. Once I type in Trishana McGowan, you find them. Once you spell it right.
You can plug the YouTube again.
Yes, so you can find me on YouTube as well, Trishana McGowan, TrishanaMcGowan. Yeah, that's on YouTube. And I have more content coming soon. But in the meantime, you can enjoy the Melaine Walker exclusive and Odin ski. But I have more to come.
Lovely, lovely.
I hope your viewers will enjoy me as your guest.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And don't call me back on Reggae Boyz. Because if
when you qualify.
If October not go good, I go stress right out. I get stressed out. Like I want them for the so good. Like I want to act.
We all do. Sure.
When them not do good enough and people are beat them, some want to join in, but then because I understand like it's not as easy. I'm like,
easy.
all right, let me be the bigger person in the room. All right, can you hear that? Let me be the bigger person in the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for the interview. Don't know what to find so interesting about me, but thanks so much and allowing me to share whatever it is that you asked.
So Trishana, I want to thank you for joining us on DTM.
Thank you so much for having me. I think this is long overdue.
Yes, it is. But good things come to those who wait.
Yes. I have the time, and I'm just happy that we could get it done. And I hope you will enjoy. It's always important that both the hosts enjoy and then the viewers will do the same. I do hope.
They will
come to me. I wish I'm gonna say she don't know nothing. I'm kidding, but no. Thank you so much for allowing me to share parts of me and why I do what I do.
Yeah, brilliant.
Beautiful, brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
now I can go back and watch my NFL?
Soon.
Still watching that?
So there you have it, fans. Another exciting DTM interview, this time with the talented, the funny Trishana McGowan. Very interesting interview. I hope you guys like it. As usual, drop a like, drop a share, comment, and always remember to subscribe. This has been another episode of Sports Down the Middle. Be blessed.